Let's pull this up. Is this it right here?
Yeah. And they were live on the air.
Oh, it's a doctor talking about it. Let's get this doctor's opinion. He's going to tell us all about this stuff.
It was an extremely concerning scene earlier at UFC 324 weigh-ins when Cameron Smotherman completely collapsed after stepping off the scale from his weigh-in. In this video, we'll talk about what exactly happened here, and more importantly, the response afterwards. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian.
I'm going to skip ahead,
my
Brian.
channel is to teach you more about passes out. Eventually, they regain consciousness, right? He was able to sit back up. He regained consciousness here. But then, unfortunately, what do we see? And he goes back down, right? He still feels lightheaded. There hasn't been enough time for that water that he's drinking to get distributed well enough to restore that plasma volume, to restore optimal blood supply to his brain, and he goes back down again. We then see this whole sequence as they get him off of the stage. They are literally just carrying him, and it looks like he's still unconscious.
Jeez.
I mean, I don't know what we're doing here. This is, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here, because you should not be just carrying an unconscious...
Dude. Wow, man, that's crazy.
I mean, the same
Shout out
thing
to
with,
Brian Sutterer, MD.
He's funny.
Same thing with bodybuilders. I haven't seen this kind of thing happen, but bodybuilders, before they go on stage, they're completely dehydrated because it makes your skin look super, super thin. And a lot of bodybuilders use diuretics and stuff to just suck the water out of them. So they're on stage. They're smiling and they're posing for the camera and stuff, but they're likely fighting cramps at the time. They're in a lot of pain. It's a really agonizing experience.
Oh yeah, dude, it's wild. My brother he won Mr. SMU in like 2019 or 18, I think, and I watched him for like 3 days, like do nothing but eat ground beef. It was disgusting, and he felt like death.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Well, he dropped weight and wasn't eating anything.
I mean, he had to look really cut for like the thing, and you just got to be.
What is it, like a bodybuilding thing?
Yeah, it's like a bodybuilding competition, and so like I guess the goal was to get like as low body fat as you possibly could, and then like get super tan and like flex.
Both people for the weigh-in right before they go up are going to sit down for a nice IV bag, weighs the same, and then you're both going to go up, and you're going to get weighed, and that's it. It's silly that they're like, we want to get this weight class, so we're going to die to do it. We're like crushing our bodies to do it.
Well, Ronnie Coleman, the world's best bodybuilder, he didn't drink at all, but before competitions like the night, or 2 nights before, he would get really drunk on vodka, so he would just be so dehydrated.
Yeah.
And he didn't even normally drink.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Man, humans are weird.
It's you see Ronnie now, and he can barely walk because of all the back surgeries that he's had.
But he's the greatest, and he won the most.
Remember Jack LaLanne?
Yeah.
That guy was awesome.
Not as good as Ronnie Coleman.
Jack LaLanne wasn't a bodybuilder, though.
No,
I know,
he was just a fitness guy. He was like, I'm 90 years old and I can backflip. And
he
you're
was
like,
he was awesome.
But he was considerably more healthy than any bodybuilder.
It was always kind of weird to me. Like, wasn't Richard Simmons kind of out of shape?
I think so, yeah. But that was part of his fitness, gimmick, that you could be fat and you can move around. It's all about positivity, and so that's why he didn't need to be.
I've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation again for like my 5th or 6th watch through, and it's just like everybody's super thin in that show. It's like, this is the late 80s.
Yeah.
We had like a roaring economy coming like after the Reagan years, and everybody was very happy, and the economy was a booming.
You know why that was?
Cocaine.
Yeah. The CIA sold cocaine. Like, we just need to go back to where the CIA just sells cocaine. They should stop trafficking kids.
Ozempic, out of there. Cocaine in.
No cocaine. Now we got Maduro. We got all the crack we need from Venezuela. Like, just CIA. Go back to selling cheap cocaine.
Cocaine, I think you're overstating the amount of cocaine that the CIA sold.
I don't think I am.
They weren't selling cocaine. They were not selling cocaine all over the country.
They would be less on dating apps.
They were not selling cocaine all over the country. They were selling cocaine.
In Arkansas, they were
selling cocaine in certain places, but they weren't like providing the whole country with cocaine.
Sure, Jan. I think they were selling cocaine.
I like to believe the food pyramid
is totally wrong.
No. It was totally right, but they forgot to mention that each pyramid was 10% cocaine.
Yeah.
See, that would be better.
The government was like, here's some bread. What's in it? Trust us. And then you'd eat it and you'd be like, and then you'd just lose all that weight.
If I had a time machine and I had to go back anywhere, it's to when cocaine was in Coca-Cola. Like, that's, I would love to just try that. And if everybody's drinking cocaine-laced Coca-Cola.
But that caffeine has near the same physiological effect.
Not if you drink 20 Coca-Colas, I'm sure.
Caffeine and cocaine have very, very similar physiological effects.
I think that's probably true.
It is true. It's absolutely
but
true.
I think cocaine has more of a euphoric feeling. That's a difference.
Caffeine does induce euphoria. People just don't take that much.
Yeah, probably. For real. So yeah, I'm not. I think what, they are similar. They're like the same analogous.
Bro, we are a nation hopped up on goofballs, bro.
Analogous.
Caffeine is a psychoactive stimulant, and it's in everything. It's in everything. You know why? You know what my theory is as to why they give you a liter of cola when you go to a fast food restaurant?
Why?
You eat this big thing of fries, salt and oil, and then you eat this disgusting burger, which is probably half styrofoam, and your body is like red alert. You know, the captain of your body is like, we're going to die. We need to shut the body down and divert all energy to get this crap through the system. So at the same time, you pump yourself full of caffeine to jolt your brain. I'd imagine if you went to a fast food restaurant and said, let me get a supersized meal with a big fry, you'd pass out. You get the itis. You just and you fall over, you get the meat sweats. No. But you drink a liter of cola and crank 300 milligrams of caffeine in your system, and your body is dying, but your brain is like, everything's fine.
Well, you have a coffee company. I mean, I do think, I think it proves that caffeine is probably just as addicting. More people use coffee than cocaine, so it's probably the same freaking thing, basically.
You know what really bums me out is cold brew is so delicious. Mm-hmm. I got some of that. I forgot what the company's called. I don't know.
The Western world was created on caffeine and
the Enlightenment stuff.
But a good cold brew is dark and chocolatey. You put some heavy cream and a little tablespoon of heavy cream. You mix it up, and it tastes so good. But people don't understand this. A cup of coffee has 90 milligrams of caffeine in it, and a cup of cold brew has 350 milligrams of caffeine.
I'm pro stimulant.
Crazy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So I think it's good. It's good.
You ever see that video of Hitler on a stimulant?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's tweaking out.
Everything in moderation, of course. I'm not talking about.
It's funny you talk about that. You know who else is on meth? Clavicular, your favorite content creator. He's on meth. He was doing it on.
You love that guy.
I think he's the number one guy right now. He's the top dog. I just, he needs to come on Timcast IRL, but he's trying to stay out of politics. But
I think he does steroids too. Not just
I'm about to start doing steroids.
I'm not about that meth life. So
he does steroids and meth, and he doesn't.
I got a question for these UFC fighters. If they did meth or coke, would they get in trouble?
John Jones?
Yeah, I think so.
They get tested for that?
Yeah.
I was saying this. I don't know. I think any athlete in the Olympics is going to get tested. So we were having this conversation. Actually, this would be great for the skateboard podcast because I was telling the other pro skateboarders skateboarding is probably the only pro sport, maybe not necessarily, where you can do stimulants and never get caught. Maybe golf. Do they
even the X Games? They don't drug test?
I don't think so. Because, bro, all those dudes would
lose
fail.
Everybody.
Yeah. The Olympics, yes. The Olympics, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. It's that a bunch of the pro skate contests they're just unregulated, culture core.
Yeah.
And so I was telling them, bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. When you watch that skate contest in Tampa or whatever, I bet these dudes are just coked out of their minds, bro. I want to win. They go out there. No one's drug testing them. They're doing performance enhancing drugs, PEDs, but they're not doing anything special. They're just blasting coke.
Yeah, I don't think that coke counts as a PED.
But I think
it definitely is.
Sam, I think it's more likely also they would also have to be on downers because they're hurting their shins or hurting their feet. It'd be a strong likelihood they would also take pain pills.
I think, nah. I got whacked in my shin 3 times today, and it hurts. And be a man.
Yeah, but
nobody's.
You don't take
Aaron Rodgers famously took Percocets to play football, and you could tell him in an interview, in a post game interview, he's clearly very high.
But that's more painkiller.
Sure.
I mean, if they're popping ibuprofens, I'd be yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but you take a sick fall at the X Games, you're a little bit hurt, you need to get back up, you pop a perk, and then you're ready to go for another.
Perk's not going to hit you for 45 minutes anyway.
And perks.
I don't know. I don't pop drugs. So.
You got 3 minutes between runs. You're not taking drugs in your run because you took a slam. And trust me, dude. Skateboarders, when you take a slam, when you fall, and I wish I didn't say any athlete. If you're in the middle of your sport and you fall down and you slam, you're not going oh no, I'm so hurt, I need drugs. Bro, I got to be honest, especially if you're on cocaine.
Yeah.
You're not going to be I hurt my arm.
Is that common in the skate community? Are they doing
skateboarder? The best skateboarders in the world. I can't speak for everybody, but let me just tell you this. Skateboarding's largely dead, but I assure you, all the biggest guys in the world, when you watch these videos, I'm can you believe this dude just did the greatest trick? And I'm oh, wow. And how much coke was he on?
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, they are on coke. Yeah, they are
some of those
whacked
drops.
out.
I mean, you would have to be a little not sober, but you don't want to be like drunk. So
feeling pretty invincible.
But Adderall,
there's a lot of
they probably
booze.
take Adderall.
Nah, not Adderall.
Well, like,
Adderall's too slow.
Pro baseball players, they used to take beanies back in the day, which is amphetamine salts.
There's a pro skateboarder who takes a beer and just bashes his face over and over again and then does something ridiculous. And I'm just like, he's probably got brain damage.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're ripping a bunch of lines, are you worried about damaging your brain?
That's the crazy thing about sports like skateboarding, and it's not just that. There's like BMX, and you know what the funny thing is? I don't think this largely of like skiing and snowboarding, like winter sports, but a lot of action sports. These people are just whacked out of their minds on drugs. Their whole life is, if I do the craziest thing imaginable, I'm going to make more money. Literally, there's a quote. There's an interview in a magazine like 20 years ago I read where the guy said, the thing about skateboarding is that you're tired, you're not really feeling it, and then your boss says, I want you to nose grind this 16-stair handrail, and you'll make an extra $20,000 this year. Now, don't worry about the terminology. They're basically saying, jump down this flight of stairs when you feel sick and not like you're going to make it. Otherwise, you're not going to make as much money this year. And so you go for it. And I don't want to get too personal, but a friend of mine who was a pro landed a crazy trick that was very dangerous. And the boss said it didn't look good enough. Go back and do it again. When they went back and did it again, they broke their arm and quit. I was like, I'm done.
Wow.
Yep.
Video? I mean, what was it for?
It was for a video, yeah.
Well,
and so I'm telling you, there's a lot of pot smoking because it wipes your brain out.
Yep.
And then so these skateboarders are just like, duh, and then they can do crazy tricks. And then the rest of them are just blasting lines of coke like nobody's business.
Well, not Tony Hawk though. He's like famous.
I don't think Tony Hawk is a drug kind of guy.
No, he
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but he doesn't come off. You know what he's doing? He's popping Cunol.
What's that?
You don't know about Cunol?
No.
You don't know? He takes turmeric.
Oh,
He's popping turmeric pills, baby.
That's good for
he does.
That's smart.
Bro, Tony Hawk is in his late 50s and he does commercials on Fox News for turmeric.
So you make fun of me for liking
I'm not making fun of him.
You watch Fox News unironically, so.
I do. I also watch MS Now. I watch the Young Turks.
Kind of the job.
I watch Kyle Kalinske.
I'm saying the Young Turks is on the internet at least. I mean, that's not.
Fox News is on the internet. What do you mean?
Yeah, but Fox News
Stein,
is boomer news. I mean,
you're
Fox
too old to be watching.
Yes, I know.
Winkler.
No,
You should
I'm
be
not.
watching Fox News.
No,
You're
I'm
boomer
not.
age. Look at you.
No, I'm not. First of all,
Alex Stein
mindset.
is just memeing when he says Klavinsky.
and you don't need to, you don't have to be an ageist.
He's just
you know?
memeing.
I don't think he watches Fox News because of the whole big booty Latina thing.
Yeah, I don't watch it. Well, one reason they fired my biological stepfather, Tucker Carlson. So, ever since Tucker's been gone, I've boycotted
Biological
him.
stepfather.
So, yeah, and I just think Fox News kind of sucks overall.
It's a good guy to have as a stepfather.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.